So let me ask you something. If I gave you $1 million racehorse, how would you treat it? How would you treat $1 million racehorse?
With all the opportunities that exist today, why haven't you reached your next level of income, life, and wealth? In most cases, we've been lied to. We've been told that if you find the right opportunity and you work hard, you can be successful. And that's simply not true. Millionaires, billionaires, and successful people have realized you need the foundation for wealth, the habits. And that's exactly what you'll be learning on the Millionaire Success Habits podcast. All success starts here.
So think about that question. I give you $1 million racehorse, and this is the horse that's going to run and win the Kentucky Derby and win the Preakness or whatever race it would be to make a lot of money. And you had a stable and you had this horse. How would you treat it? Would you encourage the horse? Would you pet it in a really nice way, or would you smack it? Right? Would you be rude to it? Would you give it love? How would you feed $1 million racehorse? Would you give it junk food? Would you give it Fritos and soda and feed it lots of beer and alcohol? Or do you think you'd feed it like whole grains if that's what a horse eats? I'm not great with horses, but if whatever horse it would, you find organic, great food. This is $1 million racehorse now, right? This isn't just some horse. This is $1 million racehorse. So would you feed it the best grains, organic, take care of it? Here's another thing. Would you help it get good sleep, or would you wake it up and not have it sleep good and make it uncomfortable? Would you want it to get its rest so it could heal? Would you let it just sit in the barn, or would you take it out and exercise and keep it healthy? Now, you don't have to know anything about horses. I'm just saying, I gave you $1 million racehorse. How would you treat it? Now, I asked that question because that's a horse and it's hypothetical, and you're probably like, what the heck are you talking about horses, Dean? I thought this was the Millionaire Success Habits podcast and Millionaire Success Habits training. What are you talking about a horse for? Because I believe we, in so many cases, would treat $1 million racehorse better than we treat ourselves. You are your $1 million racehorse. You are the only one that can take you across the finish line. You are the only one that wins the race. We aren't going to be left money by an uncle, or the government's not going to just hand out tens of millions of dollars to us for doing nothing. We're not going to stumble upon an invention by accident and become rich overnight. In most cases, maybe you hit the lotto, maybe you have an uncle, maybe you stumble on an invention. But in most cases, we got to find the grit. We got to find the determination. We got to find the passion. We have to find the desire to get out there and make it happen. True or false? I mean, seriously, true or false? So, if you would treat $1 million racehorse that way, then why the hell don't you treat yourself that way? When something goes wrong, if a $1 million racehorse, again, I know it's a silly analogy, but my buddy Joe Polish shared it with me once, and it just stuck forever. But if $1 million racehorse ran around the lap, ran around the track and didn't go so good, would you go out and belittle it? Would you be like, I can't believe you didn't achieve that. I can't believe you didn't go faster. What is wrong with you? Not feed it, be rude to it, work it all night? No, it's your $1 million racehorse. You take care of it. You'd encourage it and say, hey, you did your best, but we can do better. But let me ask you, that saying, I think Bill Gates said, we overestimate what we can do in a year and underestimate what we can do in 5. I say that going upstream a little bit to think about, you probably think you should be further along in life. I get that. We all feel that most days, or a lot of times. But when you feel that way, or something doesn't go right, or you're staying in the wrong relationship, or staying in the wrong job, or you didn't start the business yet, or you didn't close that first deal yet, or you don't have momentum yet, do you encourage yourself, or do you beat yourself up? Do you say, I can't believe this. I can't believe you're pathetic. I can't believe you're procrastinating. I can't believe you're lazy. What kind of words do you describe yourself at? How do you belittle yourself? How do you be rude to your soul, to your heart? We all do it, but we have to stop. We have to stop immediately, because you are your $1 million racehorse. If we underestimate what we can do in 5 years, that's the second part of that. You are listening or watching right now, gaining knowledge and wisdom and capabilities to go to another level. You're ahead of most people in the entire world. Most people just sit around and hope by osmosis they'll make more money, or by osmosis they'll be more successful. You are going for it. Give yourself credit for listening to this right now. You could be doing a million other things, probably more fun than listening to Dean Graziosi and his Millionaire Success Habits, but you're here. And I bet I'm not the only person you're learning from and listening to. That's something for a pat on the back, not a reprimand. Doesn't matter where you are. What if everything up in your life, the time it took, the time you maybe thought procrastinating, what if all of it was the exact pace you're supposed to be going? What if all the lessons from the failures you had, what if all the things that went wrong, the people that took advantage of you, what if that was designed as your success tax, as the journey to see if you're worthy of the success that you can deserve? What if that was it, right? So let's think about that. Let's think about the $1 million racehorse. So that's the part of emotionally beating yourself up or treating yourself with kindness and love and gratitude for what you've done to be here. I would guarantee, I will bet my life that right now, if you took the time to really think about it, there are so many things that you've accomplished in your life that when you were a kid or younger, you thought were just a dream. When's the last time you reminded yourself of that? When's the last time you gave yourself credit for the things you've accomplished? Yeah, I know you're thinking about that right now. But let's talk about the rest of the $1 million racehorse. Would you feed it really crappy food? Do you think success means anything without health? Do you think success means anything if you don't feel good? Do you think success means anything if you die before you walk your daughter down the aisle or see your grandchildren, or if you don't have kids to take the trip around the world? Do you think that's success? A big fat check? I hope you make all the money in the world. That's why I'm glad that you're here. This is the foundation for wealth. But do you think that is success if you're not healthy? Hell no. So would you feed your $1 million racehorse crappy food, processed food, skip meals, get something through a drive-through? Or would you feed your $1 million racehorse the fuel the body needs, the fuel that God created that's green and vibrant, or just organic, or just, not that I'm saying everybody can eat organic and perfect, but you can make healthier choices. Everywhere you go, you can make healthier choices. Think of yourself as the $1 million racehorse. The more you think about that, the better choices you'll make. Think about exercise. Do you want to be rich, wealthy, secure, and can't walk up a stairs? You take off your shirt and you look yourself with disgust? Just being honest. I'm just using a simple analogy. Would you work out the $1 million racehorse? Would you make sure it had laps, make sure it kept in shape? Then why the heck aren't you treating yourself the same way? Seriously, let's think about that. Let's just be honest with ourselves. We are so rough on ourselves, and then self-abuse by not feeding us properly, not sleeping properly, not eating, I said feeding, but not eating, not exercising, the conversation. So right now, right today, why not just make the decision that I am worth millions? I don't care if you have a penny in the bank. You are worth millions. There's only one of you. There's no other version of you in the world anywhere. Your DNA is unique to you. You were put on this earth to do something special. Don't envy other people. Don't worry what other people do. This is you. We're just trying to make you the best version of you. And that's what I hope through listening to me, watching me, you realize you don't need to be anybody else. You don't need anything except the capabilities and the habits to understand that you're enough. The best version of you is all you need to gain the success that you desire. So in my goals today, in my desire today with sharing with you, I hope you just stop and reflect and think, I'm worth millions. It's time to take care of me. It's time to acknowledge what I've accomplished. It's time to talk better to me. It's time to have better thoughts about me. And it's time to take this temple, this body we were given, and make it the best it possibly can be. This is an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to be with you guys, have you listening or watching me. But this is about you. I love sharing this, and I love sharing these strategies because I know without these foundational tools, the success you desire, if you want it sustainable, isn't possible. Just implement one thing today. Implement just one thing I shared today. Throw the rest away, put one thing in place, realize what a badass you really are.
Listen, if you like the video, make sure you click subscribe right now so you never miss an episode. And while you're there, click the notification bell so you'll know when the next one goes live. You can always follow us on Instagram, and if you don't already have Millionaire Success Habits, you can grab it for free at deansfreebook.com. Remember, all success starts here.